daily routine, financial, update, review, change orders. Okay, so we're going to go project management, change orders. And here at a glance, we'll see everything that is in process, has been approved, or has been declined. So this is really helpful because oftentimes whenever I know there's a change order needed, I don't really know what it's going to cost. So what I do in those cases, like let's say I'm out on site and someone mentions some additional that they want some additional fascia. So all I need to do then is just create change order, select job, let's say it's Chong, and I'll just say like fascia, right? And then there's a few coding requirements, and then some required fields, change order type, estimated. And all I'll do is hit save on this. It doesn't release it to the client. It just puts it as a pending change order. So then, let's say today's Tuesday. So let's say I did that yesterday, Monday. All I did was just create an empty change order. Well, today when I come to review my change orders, it's going to be hard to forget that change order is necessary, which seems ridiculous, but whenever you have so many change orders and so much movement across multiple job sites, it does become pretty easy to forget the need for a change order. So I want to make sure I'm reviewing all the needed change orders every day. And if I'm not even sure if it's a change order, if a client mentions something and I'm not sure if it's a change order or not, I don't create it to do for myself. I just create the change order. And then the next day when I'm sitting here doing my daily routine, it reminds me of my things that are pending. So I've got a pending bath fan. I've got this option for a glue down flooring that's not going to become relevant till flooring starts. I don't want to forget that the subcontractor placed that option in his estimate. And so I created the change order. So for the next 4-6 weeks, I'm going to be looking at this change order every day, remembering, okay, we've got a glue down option for $700 when the time comes. Exterior gas line and cap repair. This one is a small one, but it would be easy to forget. We had to remove a gas line to get a dumpster in a place, so I don't want to forget to issue that change order to the client. And then drywall for structural requirements. So I'm just reviewing. I'm doing every day. I'm reviewing a few of those small things which can add up and things I don't want to forget. So the next thing is to code hours. Every day that our guys clock in, they give us shift notes. So I've got a time clocks. I'm looking at all my jobs, and I've got a save filter for uncoded. So I'm going to run my uncoded filter, and here I'll see everything that has not yet been coded. I like to do this every day because if you get behind on it, they really pile up, especially if you have a lot of field guys. Right now I'm coding for every job, so whenever I go and do this, I'm actually going to standard filter, and then let's go to our uncoded. But I imagine in the future, whenever this video gets watched, if it ever gets watched, then project managers will be coding their hours for only their guys. But anyway, so I did it yesterday, which is great. So I only have yesterday's shifts, but if you've got 5 guys and they're all clocking in and clocking out, and you leave that sit for 5 days, that's 25 shifts you got to go through and code. So here I'm going to code everything. Let's start with Paul. 2.5 hours on countertop, 2 hours material procurement, 2.5 hours doors. So I'm going to go, this is actually interior trim. He labeled it countertop. It's a butcher block, so it's coded in the budget. It's trim. I'm going to split this with, 2 hours doors. So I'm going to say exterior doors, 2.5. And then he's got 2 hours of procurement. So we're going to call that procurement. You'll notice that once the shifts are, once the hours are applied to a cost code, it modifies the rates. So all of our management fees are collected currently separately. So everything's management. So there's a management cost code, procurement, cleanup, job site cleanup. Those are all rated at $0 an hour. So once I hit save, this will disappear from my list of uncoded. And we got rinse and repeat. So cabinet protection. So we've got 2.5 hours of protections, 2.5 hours or 2 hours of doors, and 30 minutes of cleaning. So I'm going to say doors, and then I'm going to split this. We had protections, site protection, 2 hours, 30 minutes, and then we had 30 minutes of cleanup, I think. So site cleanup. Come on now. Okay. 30 minutes of that, and then we'll hit save, and that should be everything we need. At some point, I don't imagine there's a problem. Save and approve. If we were issuing payments to our guys from QuickBooks, then maybe that would be necessary. But I think we're using Gusto for payroll at the moment, so not a factor. Cleanup. 1 hour 30 minutes. Errands 45 minutes. Well, that's not helpful. I guess that would be procurement. And we'll say 45. Apply. Save. Okay, and 1 hour of management cost. Management. So then anyhow, all the options for the cost codes are here. Not every cost code can be applied to time clock hours, but many of them can. So anyway, there are the cost codes, and that is the next item: review budgets and review owner invoice status. It's probably better taken care of with a different kind of training, but if budgets are uploaded, then I would probably select these job by job. So let's take a peek at the Baleen job. All I'm looking for here is our overages. But I'm going to use this toggle column to say new expected versus total. Whenever I look at my new expected, it's going to include any change orders that have been applied. And so all I'm looking for are significant overages that are a surprise to me, and hopefully have some idea of where I'm at on my overall budgets for my jobs. And then the next is to review owner invoice statuses. Now this is very close to being integrated with QuickBooks entirely. So the most important thing is that you guys, the project managers, are reviewing the draws before they're sent out to the clients. But once the draws have been paid, QuickBooks should be able to recognize those payments and then issue that information back to Buildertrend. But yeah, touching in on the owner invoices. And then I'm going to check my email at the end of the day, end of day, that's EOD. I'm going to think about what my guys need to know for tomorrow, and then these are just items for me that are probably not relevant to whoever's going to watch these. So that's the whole daily routine.